What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome information for you guys, but before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell to get my videos first. And now we are starting off first with the Famitsu review scores issue 1769, and guess what? Bayonetta 3 is there. Now we did have an overall review roundup that was on the channel recently. Make sure you check that out. Bayonetta has an incredible 89 average score that falls right in line with Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 on the initial releases, so that's absolutely a good thing. But I wanted to go over one more review with you guys with Bayonetta 3 from Famitsu, where it got 3 9s and 1 10 for a fantastic score of 37 out of 40. Now, based on the reviews that I've read and the gameplay that I've seen, it seems like Bayonetta has some really good moments in it when it comes to the action. The action is second to none. Some of the combos and gameplay that you can do in this game are incredible. You just don't see games like Bayonetta out there, and it's absolutely worth the purchase if you're looking for a really good action game on the Nintendo Switch, because the two most recent Devil May Cry games aren't on the platform. We only have Devil May Cry 1 through 3, so having Bayonetta on the Switch is definitely a really good substitute, if not even better. I like Bayonetta more than I like Devil May Cry, so that's awesome for those. Obviously, it'd be great to have both of them, but just talking about just in general with the games. But the one thing that people are saying in some of the reviews is that the frame rate doesn't always hold up in some of the big kaiju battles and when there's a lot of crazy stuff happening on screen. But for the most part, when you're playing, whether in portable mode or docked mode, it is running and looking good. Now, from the gameplay that has been released officially on it, and also from the gameplay that's just leaked out there, everything seems to be okay by me and falls right in line with Bayonetta 2 originally on the Nintendo Wii U, or even the Xbox 360 version of Bayonetta 1, but probably running better than that game on average. So it kind of falls in line with that, and that's what I was expecting. Not for it to be perfect, for it to have some issues here and there, but overall still play, look, and perform great, whether you're playing in docked mode or in portable mode. So I'm excited to jump into Bayonetta 3 on Friday, and I have my Trinity of the Masquerade Edition ready to go at Best Buy to pick up on launch day, so I'm really looking forward to that. For those who have not played Bayonetta yet, like the franchise at all, do you have to play Bayonetta 1 and 2 to get into 3? Not necessarily, because Bayonetta 3 is a pure action game. There is story stuff, and if you've played the previous games, you will recall characters from before, so I recommend playing Bayonetta 1 and 2 before you play Bayonetta 3, and the games aren't really too long. You can beat them fairly quickly, so I do highly recommend playing them. Heck, if you started right now, maybe you can get both of them beat before the game comes out, or at least both of them beat in a timely fashion. But yeah, you can jump into Bayonetta 3 if you want to, and then kind of work your way backwards, or just go from Bayonetta 1 to Bayonetta 2, or whatever the case is, because these games are just phenomenal gameplay experiences. Don't really believe what some of these reviewers are saying. I saw one of the most ridiculous things where somebody said the best thing about Bayonetta games is the story, and that's just not true, because the stories aren't anything incredible in my opinion. The stories are just solid or okay, but they're not anything incredible. The best thing about Bayonetta games is the gameplay. There's so many options, variety, weapons, replay value. The gameplay is what it's about. It's not The Last of Us or anything like that when it comes to story or the focus on story or dialogue. It's just not that. So don't believe the people that are saying that. Those are usually people who put the game on easy and want to just look at Bayonetta dance around and stuff in cutscenes. So I wouldn't really pay too much attention to that. Kind of focus on the people who know more about the gameplay, that have played the previous games, maybe even beat the games on the harder difficulties to really understand the core of the combat. So I will have my own review of the game out probably by Sunday or Monday, but I'm planning on doing a full 100% playthrough of the game, or very near that. I'm going to do a lot of the content, so I want to get you guys a comprehensive look at the game. I usually don't do my reviews until I've played the game for like as many hours as I could and kind of gotten everything, so I can give you guys a full look at the game in general. So we'll see how it turns out, but I'm looking forward to it. Another good score to add into the mix. But what are your thoughts when it comes to this Famitsu score and the scores overall for Bayonetta 3? Are you planning on picking up the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, guys. We do have a bit of a review roundup for Star Ocean: The Divine Force, and things are looking a bit lukewarm. Not terrible, but not necessarily amazing, but for the franchise, it's actually looking pretty good. Now, Star Ocean: The Divine Force is launching on October 27th, so that is today. The game is available on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and also Xbox Series S and X. And right now it's sitting at a cool 74 average on Metacritic, but it only has 10 critic reviews. So it's not a game that was highly requested or coveted by the media out there, especially since the game is launching today and the reviews came out yesterday. So it seems like not a lot of outlets really put it high on their priority list. It's been a stacked month for new releases. There's just been so many games out there, especially on the Nintendo Switch. There's just been so many, with Nioh and also Mario plus Rabbids and Bayonetta coming out soon here, Persona 5 Royal on all platforms, Modern Warfare Campaign. I mean, it's just been crazy when it comes to game releases. So I'm guessing that Star Ocean: The Divine Force kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit, but 10 reviews for a 74 average actually isn't bad when you're talking about Star Ocean. Now, Star Ocean has a very mixed history of the games out there when it comes to review scores. Honestly, it hasn't been that great, but it's actually the best reviewing new and Star Ocean games. So we're talking about games that were the PS3, the Xbox 360 Star Ocean 4, also the PS4 with Star Ocean 5. It reviewed better than both of those games. And the last game, Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness, was a 58 on Metacritic. So to see that the game has a 74 is a bump above a lot of the other Star Ocean games. Star Ocean 4 had a 72, so 2 points above that one, so not bad at all. Now, still to this point, Star Ocean Till the End of Time, that is pretty much the peak, or maybe even First Departure, that game. Those are pretty much the best Star Ocean games. That has an 80 with the PS2 game back in 2004, so it didn't quite reach those levels, but I think that for a discount maybe, Star Ocean: The Divine Force will be a solid game to go out there, pick up, and play. I'm actually encouraged with this game having a 74 because the last one was a 58 and it was terrible. I absolutely hated it. Now, there is a demo that's out that you can pick up right now, and if you want to play it on PS5 or PS4, Xbox, whatever platform that you have that it's available on, you can go out there and try it out. And I think that the gameplay is a little bit weird at first, but you can get used to it. There is some fun to be had with Star Ocean: The Divine Force, and there are some good reviews. It got 6 positive reviews, it got 4 mixed reviews. So I will read one of each of the category of reviews here. Now, Digitally Downloaded gave it the highest score that it got. So it got a 9 out of 10, and they had this to say: "I don't want to take anything away from this game, though. I have enjoyed Star Ocean: The Divine Force more than any game in the series since the third one. The developers have calibrated just about everything about the game perfectly, from the classically entertaining JRPG plot and characters to the incredible aesthetics and superb pacing. The Divine Force is by no means a short game, but it has a way of making the hours fly past so that it never feels like it's dragging on your time. Yes, the combat is a little unrefined and too pacey for its own good, but it's still very playable and totally worth dealing with to enjoy the most exotic JRPG of 2022. So the most exotic JRPG of 2022. What does that mean? Especially in the day and age that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out. So very interesting there. So Digitally Downloaded with the 9 out of 10. Now we are going to move over to an 8 out of 10, and this is from VGChartz Tech, and they had this to say: "Even if far from flawless, Star Ocean: The Divine Force is undoubtedly a return to form for the series by Tri-Ace. The game delivers a solid JRPG experience that both fans of the series and newcomers will enjoy, thanks to the best battle system in the series to date, likable characters, and engaging through a little slow, fairly predictable story. Some technical issues and by-the-book game design have been noted, but for those looking for a traditional JRPG with plenty of heart, Star Ocean: Divine Force is the game to get." So some issues technically, even on PS5 and everything, with maybe frame rate or how it looks, but still a great game overall, according to VGChartz Tech. Now we are going to go into one of the 70s scores. So this is a mixed score yellow. IGN, they gave it a 7 out of 10 and had this to say: "The Divine Force isn't necessarily a standout in this long-running series, but it is much more successful effort to bring Star Ocean into the modern age than its predecessors. The revamped battle mechanics do wonders for its previously limited combat system, offering more freedom and flexibility than ever before. The main cast of characters is also charming, even if the world they are exploring and the animations that accompany them are far less captivating. I wish its interface issues were less obnoxious, but even so, the Divine Force at least proves that Square Enix's sci-fi JRPG certainly deserves another shot. So not bad there, has its flaws, but still a good game. Now, next up is a 6 out of 10 from Hardcore Gamer, and here's what they had to say. I couldn't be more disappointed in how Star Ocean The Divine Force turned out, to the point I'd rather go back and replay Tri-Ace's Infinite Undiscovery. You can take solace that the Divine Force is at least better than Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness, as there are moments of intrigue, but they're overshadowed by how severely underwhelming the overall package ended up. So very unfortunate there. So the reviews are pretty much mixed. There's some good stuff, but pretty much everybody notes that, hey, there are some major flaws in this RPG. And to be honest, that's kind of how I always saw Star Ocean. I always saw it as not necessarily the best RPG series out there, but these are the reviews so far. We will keep track if you watch my live streams, and we'll see what other reviews come in, or follow me on Twitter, and we'll keep track of the new ones coming through. But what do you guys think about Star Ocean The Divine Force? Are you guys planning on picking it up on PS5, Xbox, or PC? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next topic here, guys, we're talking about Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. Capcom has given us a little bit of an update on the sales numbers for these franchises, and things are looking pretty good. So Capcom has released its financial results for the quarter ending September 30th, 2022, and has updated the sales figures for a number of its franchises. Now, the Resident Evil series has now sold a staggering 131 million units, while the Monster Hunter series has sold over 88 million units. Now, Street Fighter has sold over 49 million units, and that's pretty crazy for Monster Hunter, man. I mean, Monster Hunter, 88 million units, 131 million units for Resident Evil, and it's not like Resident Evil started like in the 8-bit era or anything like that. So very impressive going from the PS1 era and up. Now, in other Capcom franchise sales figures include the Mega Man series at 38 million units sold. Kind of hard to sell more when you don't really release that many new ones. The Devil May Cry series is at 27 million units sold, which is not bad because there isn't a lot of Devil May Cry games out there. And the Dead Rising series is at over 15 million units sold, and there hasn't been a new Dead Rising game since I think like the Xbox One or something like that. Now, the Mega Man and Dead Rising figures are unchanged from what was previously reported. Well, you know, there's no new games that are coming out, so it's hard to sell when there's no new games. Now, Capcom announced that Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak has sold over 4.4 million units worldwide. Monster Hunter Rise has sold over 11 million units, and the remake of Resident Evil 2 has sold over 10 million units. And these figures were all previously reported as well. So it's very good to see that Capcom kind of honing in and focusing in on what they do well. I mean, it's Resident Evil, it's Monster Hunter, it's stuff like that. It's Street Fighter. They're doing some great stuff there, and I think that they're going to sell a lot more copies with Resident Evil 4 remake coming out very soon here. Also with Street Fighter 6 as well. They're selling crazy amounts of copies of Monster Hunter Rise on the Nintendo Switch. So this is all good news if you're into Capcom's major franchises here, and hopefully they kind of bring out something with the Dead Rising and more Devil May Cry and more Mega Man as well. So what are your thoughts on this, guys, when it comes to Capcom's sales numbers here for their franchises? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the last topic here, guys, Nioh series shipments and digital sales have topped a nice 7 million units. Now, total worldwide shipments and digital sales for the Nioh series have surpassed 7 million units. Publisher Koei Tecmo and developer Team Ninja have announced. And the new milestone comes 1 year and 1 month after the series achieved 6 million units shipped. So another 1 million units for this style of game is actually really good, considering it's not on a bunch of different platforms. Now, Nioh first launched for the PlayStation 4 in February 2017, followed by PC via Steam in November 2017, and the Epic Game Store. Now, Nioh 2 first launched for the PlayStation 4 in March 2020, followed by PC via Steam in February 2021, and Epic Game Store in September 2021. Now, a Nioh collection, including remastered versions of both games, launched for the PS5 in February 2021, and I have bought that, and I still have not cracked that open. I've played the original ones on the PlayStation 4, but I still need to play that. Nioh's a great franchise, and I think that it's great that it's doing well. Now, if you missed the news, Nioh 2 for PlayStation 4 and Nioh 2 Remastered for PlayStation 5 will be offered free for PlayStation Plus subscribers for the month of November. So go out there and try out the Nioh games. It's a franchise that has a lot of clout when it comes to core gamers out there, because it's like a Souls game, but it also has like that Ninja Gaiden edge to it. It's fast, it's responsive. I actually like it more than the Souls games out there. I rather play Nioh, to me, just because it's so fast and it's responsive. It's kind of more of my style. Not saying that the Souls Souls games are bad or anything, or that Nioh's, oh my gosh, it's so much better. I just enjoy the Nioh franchise more. So if you haven't played it yet, PS Plus, that is your opportunity and time to check it out. But what are your thoughts on this, guys, when it comes to the Nioh series and also Resident Evil, Capcom, everything that we discussed here, Star Ocean, and Bayonetta 3 as well? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.